Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I've watched a lot of reviews on suspension and things regarding suspension, especially when it comes to coilovers. And I've always felt that companies just give people stuff, but there's no like real review. And when I say no real review, it's like they get the box, they put them on, and it's like, thanks for the coilovers. And that's about it. But the way I wanted to work this was a little different. I've had these Feal suspension coilovers on here for about, I'd say like a good 4 months. I got them in like February or so, and we are now in September. So that way I can give you my real and clear, honest review. They've settled in. I've driven them all over. So now I can give you like my perspective. When I went to Feal, I told them what the purpose of the car was. It's like a daily street/track car. And when I say a daily street/track car, that's three principles. Dailying it needs to be comfortable. Street, like if I feel like I need to get into some mischief and go to the cans, I can. But also track, that way I can adjust the dampering and do what I need to do. And with that being said, all in all, I'm actually happy with these. I've had a lot of coilovers in my time that haven't been, I wouldn't say haven't been to my standards, but it's more or less wasn't what I wanted. They ask me, or companies ask me, hey, what do you want out of this suspension? And I tell them, this is what I use it for, and they kind of go off what I say. And when I talked to Mike over at Feal, it was more or less like, this is what you probably need for your car. We know how these cars work. Odie's very familiar with the S and R chassis, and if anybody wanted to know the correlation between S and R chassis, an R34, R33s, and R32s are really just overbuilt S chassis. More suspension input, more beefier axles, stuff like that. More beefier, I don't even know if that makes sense, but everything is just upgraded to the max on these chassis compared to the S chassis. And when I told them what I wanted, they gave me a spring rate, and they said these should do good for you. And I can say that I'm completely happy. Within these last, I would say, 4 to 5 months, we drove the car to Colorado. And drove the car to Colorado, I mean, we drove from Los Angeles to Colorado, from Colorado to Los Angeles and back. I've took it to Streets of Willow. I've canyon drove it. I even go with spirited freeway off and on ramp runs, in a sense, like, you know, when you're driving fast, you're like, I wonder if I can take this on ramp like this. And that's what I really feel. So it's one of those things like, would I recommend you this suspension? Yes. Will it take a bit of time to get to you? Yes. And the reason why it'll take a bit of time to get back to you is not such thing for this company to be on back order because they have everything in stock. What they try to do for their customers and what they did for me is they cater it to what you need it for. So before you buy it, it's like, okay, some people need coilovers to go low. Some people get coilovers to look good, but it's like, if you want to get your bang for dollar and your dollar per setting, I would say the Feal was automatically, when I got it, it was great. Like even driving it today, driving it daily driving it. If you've ever been in a car with like coilover, it didn't feel like when I hit a bump, it doesn't feel like I'm hitting a bump in a lower car. Like it doesn't feel like the car jumps or jitters around, if you know exactly what I mean. It's the feel of it, and it's just so like you're moving like this, you're moving like this. And if you're a jiggly fellow like myself, you know exactly like when it's driving on the freeways and your titties bouncing. No titty bounce in this, which I'm very happy about, and that's all I really got to say. So Feal, if you're watching this, thank you. Odie Bocce's, thank you very much for having a company that has a lot of driver input, because as soon as I reached out to y'all and y'all reached out back to me, and the cool thing, Odie texted me about this. He was like, what do you need? What do you want? How do you want it to feel? And they put that input, and Mike was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it meant a lot. Is this a good buy or a good buy? It's a good buy. I'd buy these again. I'm most likely going to put them on all my cars. Matt over here at Tri-Speed has them on his 180SX. He loves them, how they look right now, because his car still don't work. So Matt, if you're watching this, your car's next. What's next for this car? Have more fun. That's it. Keep dailying it. Have more fun. Enjoy the world. Hell, the goal for this car and all my cars, I'd like to drive them around the world. However they get there, I don't know, but shit, you know, Australia, Japan, Europe, China, Africa, Antarctica, Canada, all the does, Mexico, Guatemala, what is that? Panama. Yeah, that's it. Let me stop. I'm getting carried away. All right. If you have any questions, comment below. Should I sing a random song for this one? you know, your hair is everything.